All right, I see one person. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me? 3 people. All right, folks, if you are online, oh, yes, thank you, Rob and Brenda. You can hear me. Perfect. Well, we're here tonight for the highly touted game between your Osgood Richmond Romans and the Castor River Canucks. Tonight's game brought to you by some of our amazing sponsors. Carlton Heating and Refrigeration, for all your heating and refrigeration needs. Janine Hogg Real Estate. Once again, Anderson Farms. You want meat? They got meat. Also by NBC Law. Hopefully Max and the Cardinals are listening tonight. A couple different roster changes tonight with Max away, Carson and Brody out. In the lineup tonight are Cole and Fleetwood, hoping to help propel the Romans to victory against what I believe is the undefeated Castor River Canucks team. A bit of a personal battle for a few of the Romans who go to school with a number of Castor River kids. A little bit of extra motivation. Not that you need much for any time you play the Castor River. All right, we are at the end of the warm-up. I'm about ready for puck drop. Can't see from behind the heater there, but Steve Malfay is drawn onto the bench tonight, so hopefully that'll keep him in the game. And by him, I mean Steve. Looks like starting in goal tonight is the amazing Zach Paquette. And our starting lineup consists of Jack, Connor, Griff, Wes Thomas, and Ewan Potts. Only the defense have last names. Forwards only have first names. Well, here we are. We're ready to go. Puck drop at 7:34 tonight. Off the draw, back to the Castor defense. They pop it to the blue line, then up to Jack. He dumps it in, and there you go. The game is underway. Into the corner, forecheck by Griff and Connor. Back to Wes. Wes dumps it back into the corner. Going to get it is Jack. Jack chips it off the stick. Griff gets it just out front and covered easily by the goalie. A short line, quick line change early in the game. Get everybody on the ice early and get them into it. 14:37 left in the first period. Isaac takes the draw with Jonah on the wing and Cole Villeneuve. Back to Lucas Medinsky. He's going to get it. Oops, it's foul the play here. Lucas gets it. He's bumped off the puck. Isaac bumps. Bumped by Fleetwood. Across the ice, and there we go. Isaac up to the neutral zone. Back into the corner for Fleetwood, who goes and gets it. Rips it around for Jonah, who misses it. Passes it out front. Well, Isaac's going to go on his own. Going to try and slip through the defense. Doesn't quite get there. And Castor regroups, brings it up. And then regroups again. There goes Eric Malfay. Dean on the puck. Player backed off him. And Eric tries to lay a hit. And Eric goes after it again. And there goes Bryce. Comes the Castor player, rips a shot, saved by Zach, easily handled off his blocker, and over to Bryce, who a former Castor player last year, so a little bit of extra motivation for him as well. Up the boards, Carter goes to get it into the corner, picked up by the Castor player, knocked off the puck, but they get it, and out front of the net, there goes Carter. He loses it in the corner. A little scrambly here by the fellas, but there goes Bryce. He's going to carry it over, and he's going to go hard after into the corner and push and battle for it. Eric bumps the player off the puck, but then gets bumped himself. And Carter's going, and could use a couple extra steps here tonight, fellas. Maybe a little extra pep in this step in this game. So Castor takes it over, dumps it in. Dean's going to go get it. No, but he doesn't quite get it. Now he gets it. There goes Jack. Passes to nobody over here. Down into the zone. Jack's going hard after it. He's going to pursue. Picks it up. No, it doesn't. Oh, now he's forechecking. There goes Griff. Up to Ewan. Up to Jack. To Connor. To Jack. Carries it in. And Castor picks it up and dumps it in. That should be an icing, and it's not. Interestingly enough. Okay. Lucas picks it up. Up to Griff. Into the neutral zone. Controlled by Castor. Carried in. Griff's in hot pursuit of that player. Bumped off the puck by Lucas. No penalty. A good no penalty. And there goes Jack. He's got through the ice. Bumped off the puck by the Castor player. Lucas is there. Continued to be bumped into the corner. Jonah puts it back behind, just trying to keep possession of the puck, and then Lucas comes up with that on the far side. He bobbles it off the boards, and it's just time probably to get the puck out here and get for a change, but we can't quite get there this time, so we're going to try again, but Castor's going to get to it first. Pass out front. Jonah's so on it. Isaac's going to get it up to Cole, and there we go. Finally out of our zone, and looks to be about back in. There goes Lucas. Lucas probably in need of a line change, maybe. He's not going to take one. Can't quite get off yet, and back in for Ewan. One player pursuing Ewan. He chips it around. That player read that play pretty easy. Isaac nicely bumps that player. Could use maybe be a little bit meaner. And then we've got a shot in front, and another shot. And here we go. Puck's up this side of the ice. That's too many men on the ice, but they're not going to call that, so that's okay. No offside here, delayed offside, and we should have the puck all the way down the ice for a face-off. So 10:28 left in the first, and most of the plays been in the Roman zone. Couple slow first shifts for the fellas. Hopefully they can pick it up here. Bryce to take the draw with Carter and Dean, and shot down the ice, and that'll be an icing. There's Hester walking in. Hello, Hester. A regal wave for the fans, and Bryce to take the draw again. Back to Fleetwood. Quick shot. Doesn't quite make it on net. Eric's going to bump. Eric's going to pick up the puck. Eric bumped again. Eric bumps off the puck, and he's going to get an interference call, I suspect. I don't necessarily agree, but I can understand why. And over to that player. He shoots just a bit outside. And Romans are going to not touch the puck yet. There's a delayed penalty here. Zach hugs the post there on a shot, so Castor's still in control of this puck. They got an extra player on the ice. Still the Romans score, and there's a goal. Sorry, folks, I maybe missed that. On the delayed offside, Zach couldn't quite get across on a rebound that went way over to the Castor player, and he put it in the back of the net up over his shoulder. So I would suggest the Romans maybe need to pick it up a little bit here in terms of their play and just get a little bit extra legs. 9:42 left in the first, and 1-0 for Castor. Connor to take the draw over to Jack. Jack, he's going to get it deep. He's going to go chase after that puck, and he's going to lay the body hard there. And over to Connor. Connor comes back. Can't quite pick it up. There's Wes, and that's up and out of play off the Castor player. So we're going to have a face-off inside the zone. Connor, Romans win the draw. Griff controls it in the corner. Griff's got it now. He's going to look for Connor behind. Connor can't quite get the puck to Jack out front. Connor bumped, but Griff's around. Oh, just tries a little wraparound play. Couldn't quite get there. Connor back checking, and there's Wes. Oh, Connor missed the check there. And that player is Zach's gonna cover the puck, and we're gonna get a line change all around with 9:03 left in the first. And the Romans down 1-0 early in this game. Got Isaac taking the draw with Jonah and Dean, and there's Cole. Cole's out there. Shot saved by Zach. Cole gets it right up, shoots it right to the defenseman. Blocked there by Jonah, can't get it out. Over to Cole. Cole tries to get it to Isaac, just a bit ahead of him. Isaac was finished his tech. No ice here, and so Lucas skated at the player, and he happened to fall. There's Lucas, got the puck again. Has the puck, got the puck. I'm not quite sure where that came from, but there goes Isaac. He's going to take it in. Over the line, shot low and hard on net, forcing the goalie to cover it, and we have a face-off in the offensive zone. And tonight's game brought to you by some of our many sponsors. Janine Hogg Real Estate, NBC Law. There's Bryce Hogg taking the draw, not picked up by Eric. Bumps the puck, good for Eric. Back to the player. Out of the zone and picked up by Fleetwood and dumped right back in. There goes Eric. Eric's gonna force that play. Bryce couldn't quite handle that. And there's Wes. Wes was a good play in the neutral zone to stop that player's progress. And there goes Eric. He's going to speed through the neutral zone with the puck. Can't quite get the puck by that player. Eric, a little bit of a reverse hit there. There's Carter. He's going to chip the puck back. Nobody there. Bryce goes and gets it. Bryce lays the body. Good for him. And then Carter's going to go after into this corner. Good sustained shift here by this line, just to lay the body a couple times and hopefully end up with a scoring chance. The boys had that puck right in front of the net. Now two of them fall all over each other, but still luckily enough that the Castor player circled back with it. And now the Castor's going to dump it out, but still can't get it out of their zone. There's Carter. Carter's going to chip it in. He's going to go for a line change. We've got a full-scale line change with Connor in pursuit here. And there's Jack. Connor lays the body on that player. You can't quite see that because of it. Pass back from Griff to Connor, picked up by the Castor player, and Griff ends up with the puck. Connor's got it now, behind the net. He coughs it up. Lucas pinches, but Jack's covering for him and just gets out. And now we've got it back to the neutral zone, regrouping. There goes Jack McGlade. Connor's not open for him. He didn't quite read where that needed to be, and now dumped back into the Roman zone. Zigged and zagged behind the net. Ewan finally decides to put the body to him and just pin him against the boards to allow Lucas to get that puck. A nice hit against Lucas, but he got the puck out, so made a play, took a hit, and that's the way hockey goes. Down behind the net, pursued by Griff, and then Jack, a good 2-2 combo there. Lucas goes and wants to pay that guy back. Picked up by Jack in the neutral zone. About time for the rest of his lines changed, so he's going to go off, and there's Jonah going to go get it. And Jonah's got to lay the body here. Oh, they should check there, Jonesy. And there's Isaac. He's got it in the corner. Isaac. Jonah there too. They're standing right beside her. Back to Lucas. Lucas, a low shot, quick. Cole almost picked the rebound up on the other side. Ewan's going to pinch, and he keeps it in. So Roman's got a couple of shifts with pressure here, which is nice to see. Pursued by Jonah. Over to Cole. Again, sorry, we can't see that side of this because of the heater here. And then picked up. Lucas chips it, pokes it away in the neutral zone, and there's Isaac. He's going to lay the body. And Lucas, good little delay there, and gives himself some space, and he's going to take it in on his own as the rest of the line changes. And looking for a pass. Oh, nice try, Lucas, but didn't quite get there. He had the siren call of the stick slap across the ice and did that, but now he picks it up again and he says, I'm just going to dump this one in. Let's do that this time. Eric goes after it. Eric lays a hit, knocks the player off the puck, which great play, but again back into traffic. Carter shot and saved by the goalie. He didn't know where it was. Hard, quick shot by Carter, and like I say, a couple of good shifts. And we've got a goalie wanting to... I'm not quite sure what's happening. They don't have a goalie in net here. This goalie is done, out. I'm not quite sure what's happening to him. So Castor has a very quick goalie change, and so Romans would be wise to put a shot right on him very soon. Get the puck dumped out, and now we go in the other direction. Good couple sustained minutes of pressure here for the Romans with 4:27 left in the first. Bryce comes up with it behind the net. Bumped off the puck. There goes Dean. Dean's tipped into the net, right through Zach's legs. So tough one there for the Romans. So with 4:14 left in the first period, it's 2-0 Castor. So after we had a good couple of shifts there and a tough break at the other end. So hopefully the boys can pick it back up and get it back down in the Castor zone, but not quite yet because Castor's going to win that draw and put it down deep. Pursued by Lucas into the corner, pushed off the puck. There's Griff. Griff's going to take it back around behind, keeps possession of the puck for the Romans. Up to Jack. Jack tries to tip it out, but can't quite get it. Off Zach. Big rebound out this side. Griff's going to come there. Off the side of the net. So Castor's got a little bit of pressure here now, and just a bit outside for that shot, but again ends up at the Castor defense, and I think the Romans have to actually pick this up a little bit here. Find your defensive cover, pick with them, stay with them, and don't leave them, Connor. There we go. Jack comes up with the puck. He's going to carry through the neutral zone. Jack's going to keep winding his way through, and just offside. Tough luck there for the Romans. Little extra move at the blue line, and both Griff and Connor couldn't quite hold that one, and that goalie had poorly handled that, so that would suggest Castor got pretty lucky there. There's Isaac to take that draw, and that is not icing for some reason. Over to Cole. Cole can't get it out. Back behind the Romans net. There's Wes. He's going to pick it up. Wes off the glass and out. They're going to go D to D. Don't over pursue here, fellas, but up to Ewan. Ewan tosses it up into the neutral zone. He can't quite keep control of it there now. Wins it back. There's Cole. Cole battling for it along the boards. Cole takes a hit, but Jonah can't quite get it. A little curious to see what's going on here, but I would just say we're batting it back and forth on those boards there. There's Wes. He comes up with it. He's going to, put it up the side here. We're down the ice. We got an icing call. 2:26 left in the first. 2-0 Castor. If you're just joining us, it's almost 2-1, but on a hair of an offside. And face-off controlled by the Romans behind the net. Bryce is going to carry it up and around and doesn't get it out. And Dean's now going to try and get it out. He gets it out. That's good. Back into the neutral zone. And that's an icing call, and that's going to go all the way down for a face-off in the Castor zone with 2:05 left in the first period. So on the ice now, Eric's on the far side. You can't quite see him, but he's there. Bryce and Carter face off one, eventually by the Romans. Shot hard by Dean off the player's skate. Bryce pursues. Carter swings at it, goes back, and we've got Dean and Lucas combo, so we're playing 5D tonight. Eric is picking up the player going to the front of the net, and back checked hard by Bryce. Bryce comes out with it, up to Carter. That is not a nice pass to have to try and receive for Carter, because he's got his head down and back to the puck, and luckily nothing bad happened there. So we're going to have a face-off in the Roman zone with 1:40 left in the first. Got a couple of good shifts here for the Romans, but some of the play's been pretty back and forth so far. Griff, nice play over to Jack's going to try and beat this player. He's got a good step on him and can't quite get it by. Connor following up, Griff following up. A good play by the Romans there. If that was a face-off play, it was a good one. Connor keeps it in. Jack in pursuit. Connor's up high. Griff's and just past Connor and out. And now it's a 2-on-1 the other direction. We got some 3-on-1 the other direction. Back checkers, but well played by Fleetwood. Connor, you better find a man out front. That might be your man. And it was. Fellas got to figure out your defensive zone coverage when you're on a back check. 3-0 Castor in the first period. Face off at center ice after the third Castor goal, and dare say the Romans got to pick this up a bit here. controlled and kept in by Lucas, but now it just bounced out. And now we have another 2-on-1. Saved by Zach. Nice stop by Zach. Up to Isaac. Isaac gonna skate out with it. He's gonna go in. He dances around that player and takes a hit in the corner. A little awkwardly, but no worse for wear there. And now the Caster's gonna pursue it the other. Again, another 2-on-1 the other direction. And we're gonna, another goal. So 4-0 Caster. And on about 3 2-on-1s or odd man rushes in the last minute. Dean up with it, ices the puck. 25 seconds left in what is only the first period. Puck in the zone, Caster still got it. Back to the Caster River point. Moving the puck around. Player has the ability to fall on his back and get up while still get the opportunity to get a shot off. And it will finally end what was not a very good first period for the Romans, if we are being completely honest with ourselves. So hopefully we can figure it out and come back out for the next 15 minutes and have a little bit of a better performance in period number 2. All right, we're here for the start of the second period. Entering the game is Ryan Skinner in goal. Not Zach's fault. The boys, as I say, got to play better. I think I'm putting it nicely and support their goalie a little bit better than what they have. So let's see if we can get a better, final 2-period performance. Into the corner, Connor gets it back to Griff. Over to Connor, kept in by Lucas, and now out. Connor battling with it. Lucas picks it up, and there's Griff. He's going to carry it in the zone. Shot by Griff into the corner. Connor goes and gets it. Back to Fleet, who chips it in, and pursued there by Jack. Jack on it. Griff on it. Back to Jack. Not quite there. He picks it up. Connor out front. Back to Jack. Back to Griff. Griff into the corner. Can't go get it. Got to have 2 on that puck, fellas. Connor trying to hit, and there's something over there. There it comes back, and over to Connor on the boards. Oh, Connor just chips it in. He's going to go for a change. Didn't realize he probably had that much time, and Isaac's now out on it. So not a bad start for fellas, but now back the other way. Camera down there a bit, sorry about that. And shot, first save by Ryan Skinner, well done. Picked up by Cole, can't quite get to Isaac, and out into the neutral zone. No icing, it was off the Caster player, it looks like, and Fleet comes out with it. He chips it up the boards to Cole. Pursued by Jonah into the neutral zone. Flipped up high. Kicked. And there goes Cole, far side. Cole's going to carry it, dump it in. And go hard after it is Jonah. Jonah is going to go pick up the puck. West sneaking in. Couldn't quite get there, but a nice try there. Now back the other way. Across the blue line. Shot wide of the net. Picked up by Isaac in the corner. Isaac, Cole. Nope. Guys, you gotta have somebody to pass to. Good save by Skinner there. And there's a nice pass. Oh, give it to Isaac there. Nope, dumping it in. Gonna go for a line change. Smart play too. Now Bryce is gonna go after it. I would maybe suggest the Romans might want to be a little bit harder on the puck, a little bit harder on the body. In order to make the Castor team just think twice about when they go pursue that puck, because so far they're not having to do that. Back to the neutral zone, and almost another 2-on-1 play. There's Eric, he gets it now. Chipped off the player and into the boards. Eric lays the body there a little bit and into the corner. Dances around a few Romans players covered by Skinner and line change. Good idea. With 12:15 left in the second, 4-0 for the Castor River Canucks. Take the draw as Connor with Jack, Dean, up to the blue line. Now Lucas picks it up. He's going to skate up the ice with it. Pass to Jack, can't quite get there. Connor is going to try and get it, doesn't do it. Griff stumbles there. Connor up off the boards, up through the zone. Shot on net, saved by Skinner off the side. Somebody's got to get it from the Romans there, fellas. And again, nobody pursuing. Nobody picking up the man. And we're going to try that again and not going to work. Into the corner. Dean's going to get it, make a pass off the glass. There goes Connor. Sees Griff. Can't see Jack. Trying to stay onside. Jack lays the body, makes a hit in the corner. He's going to try and find Jonah. Can't quite get there. Jonah can't get the puck, and he just passes it right back to the Castor player, who's going to chip it out of the zone. Fellas, you got to have a look. And Dean onto the Castor net, so that's going to cause not a face-off. Goalie moved that quickly and moved it well. Collision here at center ice, so we are not going to call the Romans here, are we? I hope not. We are going to call Castor. It's an interesting call if that's on Castor, because the Castor player had the puck on his stick and hit the Romans player. We got a penalty, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take whatever we can get at this point in the game. So a 2-minute or less power play for the Romans with Cole, Isaac, Jonah, Wes, and Fleet. With 10:47 left in the second, 4-0. Back to Wes. Wes to Isaac. Isaac. Back to Isaac. Oh, sorry, that was Jonah. Back to Jonah. Jonah. You got to have 2 on the puck on the power play, fellas. There you go. There's Cole. Cole is going to pitch it back. Oh, can't quite get it to Wes. Wes regroups over to Fleet. And Romans control it. Or Castor controls it. Now we're shot all the way down the ice. 1:20 left in the power play. A little chip pass behind the net. Doesn't quite work. Eventually work, I guess. We're going to try a long pass, but that's easily going to be picked up by the Castor player in the neutral zone. We weren't going to be successful there, and so now Castor again gets it, dumps it down the ice, and going to be pursued by Fleet. Fleet's going to get it, chip it into the corner. Hit by Fleet. And behind the net, forechecked hard by the Castor player. There's puck right in Carter's skates. He can't quite get it. And we've had one more shot by Castor on this power play, Romans power play, than we have for the Romans. But Carter's going to try and change that. He's going to carry it up in through the neutral zone. He's going to try and sneak by, but he's not going to go after that puck now and then get knocked off. And Eric decides he's going to go do that. Good for Eric. And it is out of the zone. Back to Lucas. Lucas decides, I got this, fellas. Leave it to me. Makes a shot on the net. Picked up by Lucas again. You need to stay inside, bud. Stay inside the line. Get inside the line. Nobody there. You got to have a look. Picked up by Carter. Carter's going to try a wide angle shot. Not going to get there. And now we're going to have an odd man rush the other direction. But Connor on a line change. Got back. No icing there. Picked up by Lucas. He's going to stop. Have a look behind the net. And picked up there by, I can't quite tell who that is. That's Griff. Griff and covered by Ryan Skinner. 8:24 left in the second. 4-0. Castor. It was a 4-goal first period for the Castor River Canucks. Really, the second half of the first period is when the goals were scored, and the Romans had a few breakdowns, to say the least. Then face-off one, and Connor over to Wes. Not an easy play to make, easy pass to make. Attempted pass to Jack. Icing. Connor to take the draw here. Won by Castor, but still one end controlled by Castor. Connor one-hands that. We've got to find a man now in the off-defensive zone. West tries to one-hand that too. Got a couple one-hand passes out here. There goes Dean. Dean going to try and snake through some players. Doesn't quite get there. Now Connor ends up with that puck. He's going to get over the line. Going to try and drive that net. He drives behind the net. Over Jack. And it's out. Sorry, folks. That was my mistake. I did not move the camera there at all. You didn't miss much. Let's just say that. Jack in the corner. Knocked off the puck. Connor's got it now. Pass up to Griff. Griff can handle that puck. And out of the zone. Picked up by Wes. Wes is going to look at it. He's going to look for the pass. You've always got to move your feet. If you're looking for a pass, you got to move your feet. There you go. Nice move, Jack. Nice pass, West. Jack's going to take it. He's going to try and skate down past the defense. Try and sneak around here. Can't quite get there. Oh, almost had him. Almost had Jonah in front of the net. There goes Isaac. Isaac's going to go after it. And out of the Roman zone. Back to Lucas. Lucas controls. Finds Cole. Cole can't handle that one. And there's Jonah. He's got it at the blue line. Going to try and dance around. Can't quite get it in. And so Lucas is going to regroup. Lucas is going to go. There goes Lucas. He's kept in there by Fleet. Always better be careful about an odd man rush here. But Isaac gets it in the neutral zone. Isaac's going through. He's going to try and carry it in. We got no offside. Nice play. In fact, Jonah couldn't handle that puck. But Jonah has a chance to win it. And shot out. Carried in. Saved by Ryan Skinner. We have a 4-0 Castor River Canucks lead. With 6:11 left in the second period. On to take the draw, we got Bryce Carter and Eric. Eric's going to try and get out to the point. Oh, shot tipped just wide. Picked up by Castor on the boards. Shot back in. Almost out in front. Tries to slash through. Be a bit harder. Boys have started to lay the body a little bit, but they got to do it a little bit more. That's got to make life a little bit hard for this Castor team, because so far it hasn't really been all that tough. Saved by Skinner just over the net. Back to the point. Low hard shot wide. Another hard shot wide. And at least Castor can get it out of the zone for the Romans there. Oh, boys, you got to lay that body. Off the head, and that's offside. We will get a needed whistle here. Zach's coming back in. We did a short little break there for Zach to tell the boys that, listen, fellas, you got to play a bit better here to support your goalie, and picked it up a bit in this second period, so that's good to see. Now we've got Connor coming in. Connor's going to carry it in. He's going to shot off the defenseman's stick that just went over the net. Jack to Connor. Connor over to Griff. Griff to Jack. Connor with it again. Connor out to Griff. Couldn't quite get there. Griff's going to work hard after it. Gonna lay the body. Oh, Dean or Lucas over there, sorry. Over to Jack. Couldn't quite see that. That was a bit. And now we have the puck out. There's Lucas. Lucas got it. Up to Griff. So we've had a couple chances here this period, but this shift here. But now we're back the other way, and Dean lucky there, but Lucas brings it back. Lucas has got it now. He's got a couple numbers. The boys are going to go out for a line change. So Lucas on his own, and just off the goalie's glove on a tipped shot there. And there's Jonah. Back to Lucas. I mentioned Lucas Bedinsky's name a lot tonight. He's having a good, solid game. Despite the Romans being down 4-0, he seems to be into it here tonight. Up through the neutral zone. Isaac's bumping him off the puck, making his life a little difficult, which is good to see. There's Lucas. He's going to bump. Both players go down on a good, solid hit. And out in front, Cole lays the body in the corner. Dean back to the point, not out. Dean in the corner again. Not out again. And out finally. We got a little bit on auto. Jonah's mom didn't like that. But there goes Dean. So maybe Dean can get a hard shot on net here. Nice hard shot. High. But on the net, so that's good. With 3:23 left in the second period. As you can see from the scoreboard, 4-0 for the Castor River Canucks. Bryce, Eric, and Carter. Hopefully can pick it up this shift and keep some momentum going. Back shot to the point, missed wide. Kept in by Wes. Wes around. There's Bryce. Bryce. Eric makes a nice hit on that player. And Bryce finishes his check. So now we got 2 on something the other way. And boys are not helping themselves out here at all. Good hard back check, but didn't get there. Connor, Jack, Griff, Lucas, and Ewan. Ewan's got it. Chipped off the glass. There goes Connor. He's just going to fire it in instead of making a pass, but Jack now comes up with it. Connor's going to go hard after it. He's going to bump off that puck. He's got it now still. He's working hard in the corner. Back to Jack, back to Connor. Connor's going to try and bash that puck in. And that is in the net, I think, but not being called in the net. I think that should have been a goal because the goalie pulled it out, but he's pulling 2 guys to the penalty box. Maybe 1 guy to the penalty box. But regardless, a good little span of 30 seconds there that drew a penalty. So good play there by Jack and Connor and Griff to have a little bit of energy in life, which is, I think, what we need right now for this rest of this second. 2:37 left. Jack or Griff over to Wes, or not Wes, Lucas, hard shot, tipped wide. Griff into the corner, knocked off the puck. Connor's going to come. He's going to try to shoot it. Lucas up. Jack, not quite in the net. No, don't bring it back there. All right, you're going to do that. That's okay. Have an eye there, fellas. Make the right decisions. Back down into the, chipped back up, and Connor comes up with it. Loses the puck. Back down the other direction. You got to have 2 on the puck on the penalty kill here, power play, fellas. You can't let him dance around there. So, boys, gotta go get that puck. You got to go after it. And there we go. Jack's gonna come up to Griff. Can't quite get it. And down, shot down the other direction. Oh, there we go. There's Ewan. Ewan's got it. He's going to make a pass. Try to get it up here. Couldn't quite catch him there. So now Cole's got it. Loses it. Ewan's got it. Loses it. And shot back down into the Roman zone. Picked up by Lucas Medinsky behind the net. Over to Isaac. Isaac, find Cole. Cole's going to go. Oh, Cole's going to go. Gets a shot off. Both players go crashing into the boards. Isaac's going the other direction. Boys, you got to make it a little tough on these guys. There goes Jonah. We got 16 seconds left in the power play. Nice play. Jonah not going to score from out there, but good attempt. There's out front to Jonah. Fine, Jonah. Okay, nice try, Cole. Nice try. Cole's still on that puck. Jonah's on that puck. Back. West. Good job, West, to keep that puck in. Hard to see what's going on over there due to the heaters. And shot down the ice for icing. No icing. Didn't make it all the way down. Dean shoots it around behind the net to Carter, who's right there. 9.6 seconds left in the second period. At the end of 2 periods of play, 5-0 for the Castor River Canucks. And we're back. Third period, number 3. Hopefully the boys can make a little bit of something out of this for themselves here. Over to Jack. Jack's 1-on-2. He's got the puck. He's going to take a hard shot. Easily handled by the goalie. At this point, we'll take shots on net. Connor, Jack behind the net. Jack looping and swooping with it. Didn't see Connor behind the net there, but now he gets it back to him. Connor's going to try and muscle his way through and comes up the half wall. Kept in by Lucas. Back to Connor. Connor to Jack. Jack to Griff. And a nice play, fellas. That is kind of more of what we need to see here. Quick puck movement. Don't be afraid to take a hit and score a goal. So after that line, didn't have a wonderful last shift last period. They came back out and turned it around and scored. Actually, they didn't do too bad. Anyways, 5-1 now. 17:28 left in the third. Still lots of time left to try and make a game of this. There's Isaac taking the draw. Back to Ewan. Ewan around behind the net. There we are. Let's follow the play. Camera rule number 1. Battling in the corner here. Up to Ewan. Up to Ewan. Cole does a pirouette on the far side. And back to Ewan. Oh, Ewan Shipped it over. And now we're back again, going the other direction. Here's Ewan, bumps him off the puck. A nice play by Ewan. West, watch out front. Still got to watch out front, West. There you go. Nice play by Cole. Isaac up with it in the neutral zone. Isaac's now got it. Across to... That's a nice shot on net. Good save by Zach. Covered in the corner, just battling within the corner. Not much happening. West decides he's going to go do something about it and knocks the player down. Up to Cole, who chips it out of the zone. Back in. And we're back at it. There's Wes. Wes over to Ewan. Ewan, and the play here is up the boards. Up the boards. Isaac's going to go after it. Nice try by Isaac. Forcing that player behind the net, which is what the Romans need so they can get a line change. Now Carter's got to go and bump him there. So Eric tries to dance around, can't do that. And now up to the player in the neutral zone for Castor. Lucas, again, shifty with the puck, gets it, keeps it. Up to Dean. Dean, the players kept it in. Castor kept it in there. Dean lays a good hard hit. And Bryce, up to Carter. Carter's saved through the neutral zone, just coughs it up here. There's Lucas. Lucas is going to skate it in now. He's going to dance around that player. Lucas just tipped off that puck. And back the other direction. There goes Dean. Dean to the far side. And shot out of the zone onto the Romans bench. Nobody the worse for wear. And we're going to have a face-off outside of the Roman zone with 15:09 left. 5-1 for Castor. Romans throwing a tiny little bit of life here. A goal by this line on their last shift. So they're going to go try and duplicate that effort. Jack shoots it over the net. No points for hitting the glass. Connor is going to go hard after it, but Castor comes up with it. Lucas is going to pinch. Good pinch by Lucas. Good to read, but now it just slips out. Now Lucas is going to take it in. Over to Griff. Griff neatly handles it with his skate. Connor tries. Boys, push. Back to Dean. Dean couldn't quite get all of it on that. And the Castor goalie is down and hurt after the boys were scrambling in the net there. So hopefully he is okay. He is getting up. And appears to be okay. We stretched out the wrong way there. And face-off comes outside of the zone because, of course, the puck was outside the zone. Back the other way, there's Wes. Wes, give it over here to Jonah. No, quicker than that, bud. You got to make that pass quick, bud. Oh, sorry. And there we go. We got up down to Isaac. Isaac, drop it for Jonah. Nope, nice shot on net. That was a good shot. Kind of fooled the goalie there. I think how hard and how the angle that came in, but the boys are battling now in the corner for it. Picked up by Wes. Good pinch. Wes shot off the defense. Wes again. Cole, you got to take the guy on the far side, bud. Cole, watch for the guy on the far side. There you go. Go in front of the net. And up to Isaac. Isaac sees he's on his own, so he's going to try and skate through him. Almost gets through. Almost runs into the goalie again. Pass far side by Castor. Well, they're bigger players. Up in on Ewan. Ewan battling him in the corner. Battles him all the way and keeps Bryce falls. And they're battling in the corner. Castor could do this all period long, being up 5-1 now. Lost check, but there we go. Eric on the far side. Again, you can't see that, but neither can I really. But they're battling along the boards. And not much happening other than it's going back and forth. Finally, Eric gets it out. Carter is going to go after it. Carter is going to pursue him behind the net. And we're going to end up with an odd man rush the other direction. Oh, not quite. Lucas is back. Lucas. Nobody to pass to, so he gets it up the boards. Now they're going to go the other direction. Let's follow this up their defense. Get up in the zone. Don't go behind the net. Good work, but a little bit over pursuit. And now we're back the other way. There goes. Carter chips it in. Eric Carter. Boys, they had a guy fall behind the net with it, and they still couldn't come up with the puck. Zach with a dangerous play there. He is going to try and make a pass, but give it up to Carter here. Give it up to Carter, Eric. Oh, lift your head. Nice try. That's okay. Eric, what are you going to call here? Offside. Offside. The play was offside. "12 minutes and 10 seconds left in period number 3. 5-1 for the Castor River Canucks. Down the far side. Picked up by Griff. Griff's going to slash down the far side. Going to shoot it over the net. Not going to score when you miss the net like that. And we're going to come back the other direction with a breakaway. And a goal. Six to 1 for the Castor River Canucks here in the third period of this game. If this was a tournament, it would be run time at this point, but it's not, so we're going to keep playing. Isaac's laying the body, up the zone. There's a Castor through the neutral zone again. Into the slot. Just missed. Up to Cole. Cole can't get it out. Off a skate into the corner. Over to Cole. Cole back behind the net. Up to Isaac. Isaac chips it off the board. We have a 3-on-1 the other direction if we can actually get there. We're going to shoot it from outside the ring up high. Back check by Carter there, and picked up in the corner by Bryce. Bryce behind the nets. Bryce comes up with it. Carter comes up with it now. He's going to carry through the neutral zone. He's going to try and go through the players. Doesn't end up with it there. There's Eric. And now we're back the other way on a 3-on-1 again. Saved by Zach. Connor, Griff, Jack, Lucas, Dean. 10:33, 6-1 for Castor. The boards chipped out by Griff. Griff gonna go after it. Griff can't quite get there. Connor can't quite get there. Jack's gonna now take it. Jack over to Griff. Boys getting a lot of periphery shots here. I guess trying to get anything at the net now. Over to Griff. To Jack. Jack. Back to Lucas. Lucas dances around a couple players here. Lucas tries to get it. He gets it back to Connor. Connor up to Griff. A nice try. It's got a good hard shot. Dean can't quite get it on the net. Dean normally pretty steady back there with the shot, but had a couple of sort of off balance shots here today that have kind of missed. Jack there fighting hard for it. Ends up with Griff winning the puck. Griff's going to shoot it. It's going to miss the net. Jack's going to go hard after it again. Jack is a man possessed on this shift. Griff, can't get it over to Isaac. And Castor comes up with it out the other way. picked up by Lucas. With a Griff. Griff to Jack. Jack is going to go after it. No, he's going to change. It's a good time for a line change. Puck goes on the other direction. So Isaac's after it with Jonah. No icing here. Over the car. Pull up. Ewan. And offside. .56 left in period number 3. 6-1. I probably shouldn't lean on the camera here. All right. Lessons learned. Back into the corner. Over into the other corner for Jonah. Jonah back behind the net. Pursued hard by Castor. Picked up by Isaac. And nice play by Isaac to prevent a goal there. Roman's out with it. Isaac comes to the neutral zone. And circle back while we get possession. Back to Ewan. Ewan find Eric. Eric didn't have a handle on his stick. Step onto the ice, fellas. Be ready for anything. Castor, who's moving the puck pretty well here today. To Ewan. Ewan up to the neutral zone. There goes Bryce. Bryce is going to try and shoot. Didn't quite get the shot off there. Bryce battling hard in the corner. Eric. Flipped up off the netting. 7:49 left in period number 3. 6-1 for Castor. Bryce to take the draw with Eric and Carter. Back to Wes. Wes, low and hard, but off the shin pads, and we got another breakaway. We are going to have a nice save by Jack. Boys, got to get this puck out. Over there, good hard hit again. A couple of good hard hits there by Eric and Dean, and then Eric. There's puck up through the neutral zone. Good pursuit by Carter, up to Wes. Wes can't handle it, but just into the corner. There's Carter, he just throws it out front of the net, and there's nobody there, so Castor's going to skate it the other direction. And down into the zone. There goes Dean, he's going to try and skate up the ice with it. Connors now didn't have it. Sorry, I thought he had it, didn't have it, and going the other direction. Sorry about the camera here, folks. Dean's got it now. Dean's gonna try and skate up the ice with it. He's offside. Offside still. There we go. Now go hard after it, boys. Connor gonna try and jump. Slap shot from center ice isn't gonna get you anywhere. I don't know what that was all about, but Jack's now got it. Jack battling hard. Jack comes up with it, and here in the neutral zone. Jack's going to move to Lucas. Lucas into the corner with it. Still got it. Lucas. And we're going to have... What are we going to get here? Call on Lucas. That's a bit of a silly call. They were both going at it pretty hard, and you're going to call him. But that's life. In a game where kids are getting frustrated. 6-1. 5:40 left in period number 3. We're going to have a face-off down in this end. Face-off controlled by Castor. Castor with a shot from the point. Inside of the net. Jack's got to get up. Right back to the Castor defenseman. Blocked there by Cole. By Cole again. Up to West. Back to the point. And chips over the stick. Going down the other direction. West gonna pinch. Keeps the puck in. Good for you. Jonah gonna go after it. Nice to lay the body there, fellas. Just over a minute left in the Castor power play. No icing, goes down the other direction, down into the Roman zone, boys. And then around that puck. Shot off Zach's blocker, right in front of the net, right to the Castor player, right to the Castor defense. Off into the corner, Ewan. Right back to the Castor player. To the side, out into the front, and saved by Zach. Back to the point again. Missed, but still has a chance to come up with it and get the puck to the slot. Saved by Zach. 22 seconds left in the Romans penalty kill. Four minutes and 2 seconds left in the third period. 6-1. Shot from the point, blocked by Fleet. Down the ice by Carter. Picked up by Eric. Not picked up by Eric. And there we go the other direction. Shot down the ice by Dean. Good play. No ice. Should have been an ice, I guess. Power play was over. Penalty kill is over. Connor's out on the ice here with Eric and Carter. One in the corner. Gonna battle hard for it. Might be hard. And shot out. To the other direction, and no Romans players. They got offside. Now still. That wasn't offside. He got back out, touched back up, so life worked out that way. And oops, sorry. 2:30 left. 6-1. Wesson. Corner. They're battling for it right to the end. It's good to see. Griff's got it now. Couldn't quite get it. And we have a 2-on-1 the other direction. Nice save by Zach. Picked up by Jack. Not just thrown away, which is good to see. He's going to skate up through the zone. Tries to make a pass. Dumped in by Griff. Jack. Body in the corner. There's Jack up with it. Couldn't quite get it. Wes is on it, and Wes chips it back into the air. Isaac's got it here. Isaac tries to get around him, can't. Isaac into the corner. Gonna go after it there. Chipped back to Jack on a nice little nifty little play out to Griff. Griff can't quite get a stick on it. Now off into the corner. Jack battling in the corner, shifting. Oh, nice try, fellas. Back the other way with just over a minute left in the game. Chipped in by the Castor player into the zone. Chipped around, picked up by the Caster defense off Wes's skate. And there's Jonah back to Wes. Wes down the ice. For an ice. 58 seconds left. Shot on net save by Zach. Just over 20 seconds left. Lucas is going to take it in for one final try at the net here. Pass out front. Can't quite get that pass there. And just shot down the ice out of the zone. In the final 10 seconds of the game here, we got an I'm not sure what we have there. Probably offside. The Romans will be back and checking this one out today and regrouping a little bit after this loss. So, final score here tonight, 6-1 for the Castor River Canucks and your Osgood Richmond Romans. That's all she wrote, folks.